that kind of weight and power, except that you're that heavy. Now, modern bikes can get a lot more power out of less weight. So like a modern 750 is not going to weigh as much, or at least the engine itself isn't going to weigh as much as the old CB 750. So I have this just weird bit where like the 650 and 750 just seem like they're too heavy. And the positioning and because it's, anyway, I'm rambling here. Just thinking out loud. It was just beautiful, gorgeous. You guys need to come to the state. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing now. I spent all morning coming down out of the mountains along a beautiful, beautiful lake. But now I'm kind of back in kind of like low country, lower, about 6,000 feet, just under 6,000 feet. And at the highest I've been up to, I think, 11,000. I've obviously come back down quite a bit. I'm not sure if I end up going back up. I think I do. I think to get through to Arizona, I'm stuck going through the mountains that you guys see kind of ahead of me. Either way, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, I just love the like layers of mountains when you get into mountain country. I mean, there's something you like awe-inspiring and unique about a solitary, Jesus Christ. Something unique and majestic and amazing about a solitary mountain. But it's a different experience to see the layers of mountains that you get when you're actually looking at a mountain range. So you can see anyway. It's just a riveting view and experience. So like I was saying, you guys need to get to Colorado. It should be way up there on your list of places I should go with a motorcycle. I saw a sign this morning that was a little unnerving for me. I don't know if I caught it on camera or not. It said it was encouraging motorists to check their blind spots because this year to date they've already had 53 motorcyclist deaths. That's tragic. But then I think about what Colorado's like and how many motorcyclists I've seen here, and then I think about the number of fatalities we have in areas where people are less inclined to be aware and have a culture of accepting motorcyclists or expecting them on the road. And I imagine the numbers are much, much higher, but 53 is not good. I mean, 1 is not good, right? And it's tragic. And it kind of puts into perspective that you really need to be focused. The hotel I stayed at last night was just chock full of bikers. That was kind of funny. There was a group of guys there with some BMWs, adventure style bikes. I don't know exactly which ones they were. I'm not savvy enough about the different models and stuff. GS 1300s maybe. I don't know if that's actually a thing. But those are gorgeous bikes. And more and more that I think about doing these long trips, and every morning having to maintenance my chain, I think back to all the times I said, driving a drive shaft vehicle in the middle of nowhere is the stupidest thing you can do, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I rationalize it as, look, if my chain snaps or something happens, I can fix it. I can work on it. I have the tools and the means to do something about it. If components in the drive shaft go, what are you going to do? Short of finding a BMW dealership, which you're potentially in the middle of nowhere with those things. And when you're traveling around America, it's different. Very different. I genuinely think that's the way to go when you're traveling in Europe or in America. I'm assuming Mexico as well, so let's say North America. Because you're not going to be short of access to those dealerships and parts. Okay, and usually if you get an extended warranty, it covers, I know Triumph for their Tiger covers any dealership in North America, which is very convenient. So again, with the BMW, I think that's your best bet, locally. But as soon as you start talking about taking them in the middle of nowhere, like Mongolia or down into Chile and Argentina, no offense to people who I'm now currently saying is in the middle of nowhere, because that's obviously not. I just mean in relation to BMW dealerships, let's say. Like, I always was concerned, like, what do those people do when something breaks? And I imagine carrying around the spare components, even if you do know how to do the work yourself, carrying around the spare components, like a spare drive shaft. Like, what? How fucking heavy would that be? I don't know. But I've never actually looked into it, so I don't know. Maybe the drive shaft isn't significantly heavier or lighter than a set of sprockets and a chain. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of talking out of my ass. But every morning, I have to service my chain and do all kinds of work that my understanding when you have a drive shaft driven bike is that's just not the case. Woo! Canyonland. Get back into Canyonland. Oh, I love this. It's fucking gorgeous. I'm rethinking it though. And I love the Tiger. Oh, I fucking love the Tiger. But it's a chain. It's like you're gonna have this giant fucking bike that's carrying even more weight, and you're gonna be riding around on a chain that stretches and bends, and I do love chains. I mean, it's just something raw, mechanical, and natural about it. It makes sense to me. Chains make sense, but the servicing gets tedious on these long trips, particularly if you push it. When you push it and push it and push it and push it, so you're getting in late and you want to start early in the morning, then when are you actually going to service your chain and do all the maintenance that you need to do? It's just a pain in the ass. So I'm beginning to second guess it. That said, on this particular bike, I don't have much of a choice. This is a chain-driven bike, and I love this thing to death. But there are some vintage Honda bikes that you know, like the CB750 is drive shaft driven. The Nighthawk 750. Theoretically, you could do that. Now, the thing I don't like about that is just it is a heavy bike. You know, I don't think you need that kind of weight and power, except that you're that heavy. Now, modern bikes can get a lot more power out of less weight. So like a modern 750 is not going to weigh as much, or at least the engine itself isn't going to weigh as much as the old CB 750. So I have this weird bit where like the 650 and 750 just seem like they're too heavy. This baby has been having some issues getting up. Not really. I don't want to say she's having issues. That's a cold, bold-faced lie. She's gotten everywhere she needs to go, but she can't handle some of the inclines at the higher altitudes in overdrive. That's all. So I actually have to drop down to 5th gear. Whoa. Which just means I'm changing gear more often. Whoa, what a terrible thing. But it is something that I've noticed. I've never had the experience before. 6th gear on this bike in flat country. This is a beautiful, beautiful gear. The gearbox on this bike is phenomenal. So much fun. It really is. But yeah, so I am riding a little bit more in 5th gear than I would have expected up here in the mountains. But that's good. Anyway, so I think that's enough little ranting and raving for me for now. Once again, I just want to thank everybody. Crack this open. No, that'll fuck with the microphone, won't it? No, I just want to thank everybody again for your, kind words and support, encouragement, interest, everything. Like I do this journey, these kinds of trips for me. I'm not trying to delude myself or anyone else into thinking I'm doing it for some bigger, grander purpose. It's for me, because this is what I want to do. If I just did this all by myself and I didn't engage with anybody else along the way, and I do these solo trips, then the experience would not be the same as what I get because I engage with so many different individuals along the way. Whether it's people that I've never met online who have suggestions or encouragement, or people that I've known for years from different parts of my life that when I'm traveling to different areas encourage me to pop by, and just just the interaction and the feedback, and it's making me more of the kind of person that wants to stop and talk to people, which is just, that's not me. And I'd really trying to curb that behavior. Not so much curb it, but just be more comfortable in reaching out and engaging with other people. And as silly as it sounds, the community online and stuff, whether I know you in person or not, has been phenomenal for that. So thank you. That was a really long thank you. But yeah. Yeah. And remember, you guys need to come to fucking Colorado. It's just, you're missing out. All right. Have a good one. Drive safe.